They were here for quite a while. End of the night, I went and was sitting at the bar about to do my cash out, and I saw them leave, so said goodnight. They left. I went over to go clean their table off, and actually at first I noticed a scarf hanging off, so I grabbed the scarf, I ran outside, and I caught them. They were just about to get a cab. Here's your scarf. I ran back in, and I looked down, and I just about died because, of course, this scarf or envelope of money, I knew right away because it's the brown ones that you get from the bank. So I scooped that up, bolted again, of course, kind of running around like a maniac. They've taken off. I can't catch the cab. It all happened pretty quickly. At this point, it still hadn't really sunk in, or I didn't know how much was in there, what was in there. I came back inside, looked in, sure enough, it was money. I gave it to our manager and said, put this in our safe overnight. So we just locked it up for the night. I went home. Next morning, the bartender said, there was no one had come in, no one had called. So a friend of mine, Brandon Lucas, I think you guys contacted also, I said to him, hey, this is the name that we think. Gave him a little bit of a description. I said, we have all this money. He probably has no idea where it is. I'm sure you have the resources. Can you try and get in touch with this man? And he said he'll look into it. And within, 10, 20, 30 minutes, I got a message from him back and said we contacted him and he'll be in to collect it. So I was happy to find the owner and just sort of left it at that. And then a couple hours later, I got a phone call. He had come and picked it up here. And Dan said I should come down, who was our day bartender that day. And he had left a very generous reward, not only for myself, but every other server and bartender who was working that night, just for everyone's honesty. And that was kind of the end of it. And I didn't have any huge expectations, but I thought maybe some sort of appreciative amount. And I get down here, and I just about freaked out and lost it because I found out I had just walked into $2,000 that he had left for me, and in addition, $200 for every other server who was working that night and bartender, for everyone being honest and the money being turned in. When he had come in the morning to pick it up, one of the lines that keeps sticking out in my head, Dan had said, this is a little extravagant, and we're happy to help. It wasn't a problem. This is too much money. And he turned to Dan and said, well, when I woke up this morning, I thought I had none of it. So he insisted on leaving that for us, and it was definitely a surprise.